welcome back to another edition of Homemade, and today we are going to be making some homemade seasoned fries. Yes, homemade seasoned fries. It's super simple, guys. We are going to pair these fries with a homemade chicken sandwich. I just have two medium-sized potatoes cut up, and I just cut them into regular strips. If you want yours a little thicker, that's fine. If you want them thinner, that's fine. This is how I like mine. So I have 3/4 cups of flour and also 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. This right here, this is what we're going to make our slurry out of. In this bowl, which is our breader, I have 1 cup of flour, and I also have 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, and I already put my seasonings in. So I put in a tablespoon of our onion and garlic powder. I put in 1 teaspoon of our poultry seasoning. I put in 1.5 tablespoons of our Creole seasoning. Now you can cut back on this if you want to. I put that much in because nothing else that I'm using has salt in it. And I also put in a full teaspoon of paprika. So we're just going to leave this right here. We're going to go ahead and start on our slurry. So the way that we're going to do this is we are going to go ahead and make our slurry, dip our fries. And once we dip our fries, we are going to put them on this cookie sheet. And I have lined it with just a regular sheet of wax paper. And this is just so once we make it to the skillet to start putting our fries in, I already have everything already battered, everything already at the skillet ready to go in. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on. And we're about to make this slurry real quick. And with this, we do want it to be not really thin, but we don't want it to be as thick as we would really want it if we were just frying our chicken only. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just putting in a cup of water. And it's just regular tap water from my sink. Nothing special about it. And you just want to make sure that you mix that in. Now, I do not have any seasonings in my slurry because all of my seasonings are in my breader. And if you cut your fries up ahead of time, you do want to make sure that you put them in this water. It keeps them from turning brown, and it also keeps your potatoes firm. I'm going to go ahead and just use my hand to kind of get all that seasoning in there. And these are seasoned fries. If you don't want the seasoning in your breader, you don't have to put it all in there. I did that because, again, these are seasoned fries. So remember, we're going to use a wet hand and a dry hand because we do have this slurry here. So we're just going to take a handful of our potatoes, shake them off, dump them into it. Get those mixed in really well. Now, I do like to tap these off before I take them over. You'll take them over and you're just going to coat them. And you have to be really careful with these because you want your breader to stay on. But you just tap just to make sure. And if you wanted to do this with potato logs, you can. I just cut them a little smaller today just to get the French fry effect. And make sure that you are spreading those out once you put them on to your pan. Our wet hand and dry hand is really important because you do not want to end up with a lot of clumps in your breader. We're just going to go ahead, finish breading these. Once we bread them, we are going to let them sit for about 5 minutes before we actually put them in the grease. Now I do have my grease preheating on my stove, and it is just some regular cooking grease. And we are going to deep fry these, but we're going to deep fry them in a large boiler. We're not going to use anything special. So we're done applying our breader to our fries. We're going to let these sit for about 5 minutes and put them into the grease. So we're back and our fries have been resting for a few minutes. We are getting ready to start putting them into our grease. And as you can see, I already have my sheet pan prepared with my napkin. Once they come out of the grease, I'll put them onto the napkin. And if you want to test your grease to see if it is ready to receive your food, you just get any type of wooden object, like you can use a toothpick, a skewer, or even a wooden spoon. You just dip it directly in the middle of the grease, and if you can see those bubbles that start to form around it, that means that your grease is ready. So if you can see, our fries, they look kind of wet, and that's what we're looking for. So we'll just start putting them in, and be real careful when you put them in. We're going to let these fry for a few minutes. Now, you do not want to overcrowd your fryer, so be mindful of that. Because if you overcrowd it, you'll lose that crunchiness. Your fries won't be as crunchy as they should be. So we're going to let those fry for a few minutes. Then we're going to take them out. And then we are going to put them back into the fryer. So we're not going to let them turn golden brown and cook all the way this first time. We are going to take them out, let them rest for a second, and put them back in. So our fries have been cooking for about 2 or 3 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and take them out. And as you can see, they are not golden brown. But we're going to take them out, let them rest, and then we're going to put them back into the grease for that final cooking. Our fries have been resting for a while, so we are getting ready to put them back into the grease for the second fry. And it's not going to take long, and this is just to finish cooking them. Gonna go ahead, make sure that our grease is up. And this time we do want them to turn that golden brown, you all. And again, the same thing applies. You don't want to overcrowd your fryer. We have taken our first batch of fries out of the grease. This is after the second fry. And you all, these fries, do you hear that crunch? You never have to buy seasoned fries again out of the store. Make your own at home. They are so good. I'm going to be honest, I don't even need any ketchup. I took it out, but you the outside is so crunchy, but the inside is great. It's great. If you make these fries, don't forget to share your pictures in the comments, because I do want to see. Cooking, as I always say, is as easy or as hard as you make it. If you keep it simple, be yourself, life in itself can be so much easier, you all. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Homemade. It has been my pleasure to make these fries for you.